That is an anger, that is young men who feel rudderless, they don't know the direction that they should be going in, and that is, I think, the problem that is then manifesting itself into violence. So trying to address that, I don't think is a bad thing. My worry is that this is going to be a stick to beat working class white boys with, to make them feel worse about themselves. That it's and my worry is also about what this is not going to include rather than what it is. Yep. So are we not going to include cultures? Are we going to have a situation where you can say to a young, Muslim boy that, sorry, this is misogyny, but when you go home, the women in your household are going to be wearing full face veils. That is going to be a disconnect.
Well, and FGM is a big thing.
FGM, they're not going to have those conversations. They're not going to have conversations about the lack of fatherly role models, where, that's a big issue when it comes to sort of broken families and young boys not having someone to look up to. So my worry is that it's going to be about what isn't included rather than what is.
Just quickly on this, guys. James, I believe that Jess Phillips was asked directly about, are some cultures a little bit more misogynistic than others? And she did the classic, well, they're all men thing, didn't she? She can't really identify what some of the issues are in some places.
It's funny that, and Jess Phillips is one of these MPs who almost lost her seat to an independent candidate at the last general election. There was harassing of her, screams and shouts at the count. She was clearly scared. She remains, I think, clearly scared, and I would be scared if I were her as well, by the threats from, and these were Muslim independents who were screaming these things, and we've seen this in these cases. I'm very glad that Christo said this. There's a school not far from here, actually, where it's a primary school, and it's mandated in the dress code that girls from the age of 8 must wear hijabs and cover their hair, and they may wear it from the age of 5. It doesn't say that for boys. So whilst I agree completely that it should be a core conservative and British tenet that we have the parents do this, what happens when the parents don't do that? What do we do as a state?
Do you think we need it?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, we clearly have a problem, which is that boys in this society don't know what their place is. They don't know what their value is, where their boundaries are, and you've got dangerous people like Andrew Tate, a man who has admitted to and celebrated strangling women and is accused of running sex trafficking rings, that we know from teachers, they say all the time, they're watching those videos, they're buying into the aggressive version of masculinity that he sells. Now, when you've got that vacuum, you need something else there to give those boys a purpose. Happy men don't beat their wives, and they also probably beat themselves up. It is not okay, and you have to give them the skills and the apparatus to know how to behave and to understand themselves.
What you could do in practical terms is you could start employing more male teachers in primary schools, because there aren't enough of them.
But can I just add that when boys and kids are making hateful, unpleasant comments when they're primary school age, often it comes from parents who set them up with those views at home. So when you've got that situation, you need teachers.
Okay. All right. I'll tell you what, we're going to go to a break. When we come back, we might hear from someone on the front row, but we'll see. Yet to make her mind up, which is fair enough. Right, okay. Lots more coming your way. Bit of this. Protesters today attacked the King's chair in the House of Lords. I'll tell you exactly what they wanted very shortly.